What's up, guys? So I am currently in the botanical gardens here in Buenos Aires. It's a beautiful place filled with plants from all over the world, beautiful statues, different pieces of artwork. You can get in here for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's a great place to come relax and clear your mind and film. This is a great place to come and take photos, a great place to come and adventure. You can have a picnic. It's safe and free. You should definitely come check it out when you come to Buenos Aires. Now, in today's vlog episode, I want to talk about something we have never touched on yet on the channel. It has nothing to do with the location that I'm at currently, but it is interesting. Today we're going to talk about ghosts, spirits, entities, whatever you want to call them. They have many names, and there are many theories to what they really are or why ghosts supposedly exist. If one thing is true about ghosts, is that since the 1800s, humans have been claiming to see spirits. There are cases of hauntings going way back, and our human history is riddled with spirits and undead entities. Now, me personally, I have had an experience with shadow people and shadow type things when I was a kid, but I never really had an experience with ghosts, to be honest. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it, and we shouldn't consider the possibility that ghosts could be real. So the big question is, what exactly is a ghost? Is it your dead cat that just doesn't want to die and he's walking through your house making noise? Is it your grandpa that, comes to visit you at night or sends you, whispers in your ear or something? Or is it just an energy that is caught between our reality and another reality that we can't see? I definitely wore the wrong shoes to come to this place. See these red rocks? They don't mix well with black shoes. Yep. So let's think of some of these scientifically logical explanations for ghosts. Now, Dr. Michael Persinger believed that electromagnetic fields could actually affect a person's perception, making them believe that there was a presence in the room. He did this by using this helmet that he called the God helmet. Now, the God helmet actually gave off low magnetic pulses that affected the wearer. Now, they would wear for 15 to 20 minutes, and supposedly this would make them feel like there was a presence in the room. So another explanation for this would be infrasound. Now, what infrasound is, it's actually a sound that is so low or so low pitched that you can't hear it. A good example of this would be a dog whistle. Now, a dog whistle, your dog can hear it, but you can't. Now, some people claim that infrasound, certain sounds, can cause distortion or make people feel nauseous, give them chills down the spine, just make them feel uneasy. Hence, you would think maybe there's a ghost around or something strange and paranormal is happening. Then you have the theory that it could be mold. Some mold is known to cause irrational fear and dementia. So when you're in a house and you think it's haunted, it could actually be really moldy. Now, another explanation could be carbon monoxide poisoning. Yes, it could be very simple. There could be a leak in your house. Too much carbon monoxide can actually cause hallucinations, which could make you think that you're seeing something paranormal happening when really you're just tripping balls. Also, the mind is very powerful. You can see something if you think enough and you drive yourself crazy enough, you could see whatever you want to see. So, with those ideas and theories out of the way, let's get back into the more paranormal and metaphysical side of this. So, the park is actually closing. I'm gonna head back to my house. I had a beautiful day today though. I took a bunch of pictures. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. So, we are back at my house. I'm back here with my two lovely dogs. As you can hear, probably one munching back there in the background, and my dog Red here is just circling around me. Hey buddy, what are you doing? Okay, so let's continue talking about what we were discussing. Now let's take this into consideration. A ghost has never been captured, so scientists have never been able to actually study a physical ghost. Hence, science believes that ghosts are not real. Also, when we talk about ghost sightings or people experiencing ghosts, there are so many different types of ways people claim to experience coming into contact with a undead entity. You have the smell. People claim there's a smell, you know, when they walk into a place that they think is haunted. People also claim to hear voices, maybe not see a physical entity. Sometimes people see the entity but don't hear anything. Sometimes they see things move. Sometimes people can be affected emotionally by an entity. Of course, all of you know that, it's common knowledge that when you feel a cold breeze come in, it's the sign of a spirit or something, but it could just honestly be a cold breeze. You do have cases of ghosts being able to actually physically hurt people, scratching people, pulling people's hair, pulling them out of bed. Then you have the case where a powerful ghost is considered a demon. Now I think a ghost and demon are just words, religious sort of, annotations, like the Holy Ghost, you know what I mean? It's just something, it's a religious idea for the word energy. It's some way to categorize it in a religious context, which demon I think is as well. Now, I do think there's positive and negative forces always at play in any sort of aspect of life. So I could see how a ghost could be evil or malicious, just as, a ghost could be kind. Now, I do think it's funny that people automatically are afraid of ghosts. It's very strange to hear a story of somebody coming across a Casper type ghost, like a friendly ghost, and maybe just being friends with it for their whole lives. Or, having a ghost as a friend would be awesome. I think it's funny that there's this whole negative idea behind ghosts. Like, people are always afraid of ghosts. You never hear stories of somebody becoming friends with a ghost. I'm sure a ghost, if ghosts do exist, there could be a slight possibility that they could be just as shocked of you being there as you are of them being there. And there's probably a lot of ghosts or spirits or whatever entities that don't want you living in their home or taking their toys, or, you know what I mean? You wouldn't like that if somebody just moved into your house and started rearranging your house. For them, maybe it's still their house, it's still their place. Wouldn't it be awesome to have a ghost as a friend? Because, think about it for a second. Just think about it. Imagine if I had a ghost for a friend. I could say, hey, we need to see what's on the other side of that wall. Go check it out for me. He could go check it out, come back and tell me this is what it is. Or if I could see him and you couldn't, I could say, make this lamp float behind me. And you would think it was magic. And I'd be like, yeah, I got magic powers, bro. And I could just sort of manipulate the world around me with my friend, the ghost. I have heard a theory that, those magicians that are really crazy, like David Blaine, that there actually is a demon or a ghost that they work with, and that's why they can pull off the things they pull off. I don't know, you know what I mean? There's a lot of crazy theories out there, and me and you, we're going to discuss them all. We have talked about the Ouija board, and we talked about seances and conjuring entities and, sort of channeling entities, and that all ties into your everyday run-of-the-mill ghost experience. So if you can channel an entity, ghosts are real, So if the channeler is actually doing something real, then ghosts are real. Now, that's where I have to end this video, because we could talk for hours and hours and hours about ghosts. Now, what I really want is for you to tell me down in the comments if you've ever had an experience with ghosts, if you've ever come across a ghost, if you've ever lived in a haunted house, if you've ever seen somebody get possessed, if you ever witnessed an exorcism, any of that kind of stuff. I want you to leave it down in the comments. Feel free to write as long of a comment as you want. Tell your whole story. I want to hear it all. Oh, and remember guys, the paranormal is normal. I'm your buddy, the Undead Gaucho. We'll talk soon.